While blockbuster stores may be a thing of the past, a new nonprofit is working to bring a video store back to life in Minneapolis with a core mission of preserving physical media. It's fittingly called the Video Store Minneapolis, and a Kickstarter for the project is open right now through the end of the month. And joining me now is the nonprofit's founder, Eric Noble. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, when did you get this idea and why did you want to do this?
I got the idea kind of was, a combination of wishing there was a video store around still to go to when something maybe wasn't on streaming that I was looking for. The idea of actually doing it myself was probably about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
It was, sparked for some of that nostalgia of missing video stores, but at the same time, the sort of radicalization was just seeing things starting to get removed from streaming, seeing streamers kind of consolidate power, for lack of a better way to put it, and not release certain things on physical media, and just knowing like these things could just be deleted, and that was weird to me, and we should kind of start saving what we can, and how do we make this available? Oh, there were once these things called video stores, so maybe, maybe we could bring a version of that back in this era, and people, there would be enough people that wanted to take a part in it and come and visit. So yeah.
The nostalgia is so real. I remember I grew up in Como Park, like I was just telling you.
Yeah.
And on a typical weekend, my friend and I would just bike our way over to the movie store, and we would rent one and we'd bring it back, and that was like the perfect day for us. You don't get that feeling anymore when you just search something on Netflix or Hulu and you play it right away. So is that kind of the feeling that you're chasing with this?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And the other thing you don't get, you don't get the interaction with the other people there. You don't get recommendations of things you'd never heard of before.
Yeah.
You don't get to really read the back of boxes and hold them in your hands, which I do think there is a difference than just kind of scrolling through the streaming and reading, things, or letting the trailers loudly just start playing before you're ready for them or whatever. So yeah, it's definitely, there is a strong nostalgia piece for it for a lot of people we're hearing as well.
And a community piece, like you just said.
Exactly.
So what are you envisioning for this? Like, walk us through the actual store. What would it look like?
The actual store, as you mentioned, we're doing a fundraiser now, and I think the actual store, a lot of that is up to how well the fundraiser does. We have our sort of pie in the sky dream of you're walking in and it's just aisles upon aisles and every title you could ever find. We'd like to eventually have a sort of screening room or a screening area where we can program some films and do some showings there, whether or not that's a little separate micro cinema or whether or not it's just, the screen comes down when the store is closed and you move a couple shelves to the side. Remains to be seen. But other than that, I think it would look a lot like a sort of independent video store back in the day. You'd have your director's sections, you'd have your new release sections, you'd have the drop slot that you can drop in after hours and all that. So
cool. So how can people support you on this mission right now?
Right now we're having the Kickstarter, and that is purely to raise money for a brick and mortar space. And that is live. It started August 1st. It's going through August 30th. And we've already reached our base goal, but we're trying to exceed that at the risk of sounding greedy. We're trying to get as much as we can just so we can emerge full-blown and sort of the video store I think a lot of people have in mind. And the more we can get, the more we can put towards those shelves and sort of like storage and better counters and screening room equipment and all that stuff. So
based on what you've done already, does it seem like there's an appetite for this? Are people genuinely excited?
Yeah, I mean, the internet can kind of be smoke and mirrors, but it's once the word started getting out there, there was a lot more attention than we were ever anticipating. There's a lot of people. I think there's a real hunger not only to have like a video store back in your neighborhood sort of experience, but to preserve physical media. I think there's a lot of people who feel like they want to hold these things in their hands. They want to know that it's available if they want to see something or experience something.
Right.
So yeah, I think the attention's out there, or the desire is out there. So.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. Well, Eric, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. If you are interested in this, if it's something that you'd like to get involved in, we will put up some more information on the screen about how you can get involved with the Kickstarter if you'd like, and you can just learn more about the project, and we'll have this posted online as well. All right. For now, we're going to take a short break. And first of all, there's that website as well as the Instagram. Again, that Kickstarter runs through the end of this month.